Have you ever felt like you're just kind of on autopilot, just going through the motions day after day? What if I told you there was an ancient, time-tested manual for living a more intentional, a more conscious life? Well, today, we're diving into exactly that, a set of teachings from the Buddha that is basically a practical guide to training your own life.
I mean, seriously, think about it. Imagine having a clear, step-by-step guide to do exactly that. A manual that's just as powerful today as it was thousands of years ago. Turns out, you're in luck, because a guide like that actually exists, and we're about to walk through it together.
So at the very heart of these teachings is this one single instruction that comes up again and again. Thus should you train yourselves. And you got to notice how direct that is, right? This isn't some gentle suggestion or a vague piece of feel-good advice. No, it's a powerful, direct call to action. It's about active self-improvement.
The whole journey kicks off with this single conscious decision. It's a concept called babaja, which basically means going forth. And you can think of it like deciding you're going to run a marathon. You don't just wake up and show up on race day, right? You commit, you make a plan. This is that moment. The moment you decide, okay, I'm going to start training my life.
Okay, so what does this training program actually look like? Well, it's a three-stage journey that's really logical. It starts with our actions, the stuff on the outside. Then it moves inward to our minds. And finally, it culminates in this profound sense of wisdom. So let's break down each step of this path. So, part one, our journey begins with our actions. And this just makes sense, doesn't it? It's pretty hard to find any kind of inner peace if your outer life is total chaos. That's why the very first step is to get a handle on our conduct, what we actually do and what we say in our day-to-day lives.
The teachings use this really powerful metaphor to show us the impact of our actions. A virtuous person is compared to a fine cloth, something that brings comfort and beauty and value to the world. But an immoral person, well, they're like a pile of worthless rags. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of fabric are you weaving with your daily actions?
But, and this is a really, really important point, the goal of being virtuous isn't to feel superior or to look down on other people. The teachings are crystal clear on this. We will not exalt ourselves or disparage others on account of that pure bodily conduct. So true virtue, it's humble, it's open, it's completely free of arrogance.
All right, so once we've laid that foundation with our actions, it's time to go deeper. Stage 2 is all about training the mind. This is where we learn how to cultivate awareness, strengthen our conscience, and, really become the masters of our own thoughts.
And the text draws the super sharp contrast between a trained mind and an untrained one. A fool is fearful, always thinking bad thoughts, totally blind to their own faults. But a wise person, they're without fear. They think good thoughts, and when they mess up, they see it and they make it right. I mean, the difference is literally night and day.
So the core practice for this stage, it boils down to this one simple but incredibly powerful commitment you make to yourself. I will be skilled in the ways of my own mind. And this is about so much more than just trying to avoid negative thoughts. It's about becoming the architect of your own inner world, a world of peace, clarity, and ultimately, resilience. So how do we actually build this skill? Well, the teachings give us a few key foundations. First, cultivate conscience and concern, because empathy, that's the bedrock of a healthy mind. Next, practice gratitude, because it completely shifts your focus to what's good. Be wary of your own faults. Self-awareness is always the first step to growth. And finally, this is a beautiful one. Dwell with a mind like a newlywed bride. What does that mean? It means being attentive, respectful, and fully present.
And so, that brings us to the final stage of our journey. After we've trained our actions in our minds, we're finally ready to cultivate what's called true discernment, a deep, liberating wisdom that will fundamentally change the way you see the world.
This quote it perfectly captures the power of what we're talking about. Though I am afflicted in body, I will be unafflicted in mind. Just imagine that. Imagine facing some huge physical challenge, an illness, a serious injury, and still being able to maintain a sense of inner peace and calm. That's the kind of resilience this training is all about.
So what does this ultimate training actually look like? It's the ability to see reality exactly as it is, without putting our own spin on it, without adding or subtracting anything. It's the practice of non-clinging. So for example, instead of getting furious when you're stuck in traffic, you just observe it. Yep, there's traffic. And that's it. No story, no anger.
Now this next quote, honestly, this is a total game changer. In the scene, there will only the seen. In what is heard, there will be only the heard. This is a radical call to just experience the world directly, without that constant narrator in our heads. It's about seeing a tree and just seeing the tree, without all the extra baggage and stories we usually pile on top.
And what's the result of this kind of pure awareness? What's the payoff? A mind that is imperturbable. It's unshakable in the face of whatever life throws at you. A mind that's free from that constant, restless chatter. It's a state of profound peace, freedom, and joy.
So there you have it, a timeless guide to training your own life. From your actions to your thoughts to your very perception of reality, this path offers a clear roadmap to a more conscious, more fulfilling way of being. The only question left is a personal one. Which training will you begin today? The choice is all yours.